Maayong adlaw sa tanan nga tagapalamati diri sa aton programa, ang Eskwelahan sa Kahanginan. Radyo Eskwela sa Radyo Bago 101.7 FM. Ang radyo sang mga pagunhon. Aton ini. Ako si Teacher Ralph Aris L. Torres sang Louisiana Elementary School, ang inyo manunudlo sa kahanginan. Subungat inion aton pagatunan ang parte sa factors affecting solubility and solutions and their characteristics. A scientific day to you kids! Together, we will explore, discover, and find the answers to the mysteries of the world through science. Are you excited? Let's go! And join me! Let's enter the kingdom where fun and exciting experiences are about to happen. A pleasant morning to all of you, our dear learners. Once again, welcome back to school and welcome to our radio-based instruction here at Radio Eskwela 101.7 FM. And today, we will be listening to the pilot episode of Science 6. Before we start with our lesson, kindly prepare your modules, pencil or ballpen, and your answer sheet. Be in a place where you can feel comfortable, free from noise and distraction while listening to our lesson. You may take down important notes about our lesson. Listen very carefully and make yourself ready for today's exciting experience in science. So kids, are you now ready? Let's get started! Please prepare your Module 1, Lesson 3 in Science 6, Quarter 1, entitled Factors Affecting Solubility, and Module 1, Lesson 4, entitled Solutions and Their Characteristics. Let us proceed to the What I Know part of your module. Here, we are going to answer the 10-item test about our lesson for today. For the directions, read the following questions and write the letter of the correct answer. Do it in your journal or notebook. Number 1. Which of the following describes solubility? A. The ability of liquid to change color. B. The ability of something to dissolve in a liquid. C. The time it takes for something to settle at the bottom of a liquid. D. The speed of pouring a liquid out of a container. Number 2. A greater amount of sugar will dissolve in warm water than in cold water. What factor affects the sugar solubility? A. Temperature of solvent. B. Amount of solute. C. Nature of solute. D. Manner of stirring. Number 3. Which of the following does not affect the solubility of solid solutes? A. Volume of solvent. B. Stirring. C. Temperature. D. Amount of solvent. Number 4. A gram of salt can be dissolved in 100 milliliter of water. What factors affect the solubility? A. Amount of solute. B. Amount of solvent. C. Size of solute. D. Manner of stirring. Number 5. Choose the correct statement. A. A 100 milliliter water can dissolve a 1 tablespoon of sugar. B. Any quantity of sugar can be dissolved in a given volume of water. C. A given volume of solvent dissolves any quantity of solute. D. None of these. For the second part of our test, directions. Read the sentences carefully Identify the factors that affect solubility for each sentence. Choose your answer inside the box. Do it in your journal or notebook. Please refer to your module. Possible answers are A. Temperature, B. Manner of steering, C. Nature of solute, D. Amount of solvent, E. Size of solute. Number 1. When the solution is heated, more solute will dissolve in the solvent. Number 2. Gasoline does not dissolve in water, thus decreasing the solubility of gasoline. Number 3. When 2 tablespoons of sugar are added to 200 milliliter of water, more sugar particles are dissolved as compared when the same amount of sugar is dissolved in 50 milliliter of water. Number 4. Before using a suspension medicine, the label instructs you to shake it well before using it so as to dissolve the solute particles in the suspension. Number 5. More fine salts dissolve in water as compared to table salt mixed in water. Time is up! Let us check your answers. For the first part, the answers are number 1, B, number 2, A, number 3, D, number 4, B, and number 5, A. Did you get 5 correct answers? Very good! For the second part of the test, the answers are number 1, temperature, number 2, nature of solute, number 3, amount of solvent, number 4, manner of steering, number 5, size of solute. Did everyone get a perfect score? Good job, kids! After learning about the difference of solutes from solvents, we can now identify the factors affecting solubility. This time, let's proceed to the what's in part of your module. Directions. Write check whether the given solute is soluble, and X if it is not soluble in the given solvent. Write your answer using your science journal or notebook. Please refer to your module. Number 1, salt and water. Number 2, nail polish and acetone. Number 3, paint and water. Number 4, pepper and soy sauce. Number 5, flour and oil. Using the illustration, identify which of the following substances can dissolve in water. Please refer to your module. You have 10 seconds to complete the activity. Time is up! Here are the following answers. Number 1, check. Number 2, check. Number 3, X. Number 4, check. And number 5, X. For the part 2, answers are sugar and salt. Good job, kids! In the What's New part of your module, you are to identify what factors affect the solubility of the following materials in the given situations. Choose your answer inside the box and write your answers on your science journal or notebook. Here are the following words inside the box. Please refer to your module. We have temperature, nature of solute, manner of stirring, amount of solvent, size of the solute. Number 1. It tells about whether the solvent is in liquid, solid, or in gas form. Number 2. It depends on how fast or slow mixture was stirred. Number 3. It tells whether the solute is soft or hard, powder, or a whole piece. Number 4. It tells how hot or cold is the solvent mixed in a mixture. And number 5. It tells how much solvent is mixed in a mixture. You have 10 seconds to complete the activity. Time is up! Let us check your answer. Number 1, the answer is nature of solvent. Number 2, manner of stirring. Number 3, the answer is nature of solute. Number 4, the answer is temperature. And number 5, the answer is amount of solvent. Did all of you get the perfect score? That's good! Join me as I read the what is it part of your module. Solubility is the maximum amount of a solute substance that will dissolve in a given amount of solvent at a specific temperature. There are different factors that affect solubility, such as nature of solute and solvent, temperature of solvent, manner of stirring, amount of solvent, and size of the solute. The effect of nature of solute and solvent on solubility. Solubility of a solute is a solvent depends on the nature of both solute and solvent. Example, salt dissolves in water. Nail polish dissolves in acetone. We cannot dissolve nail polish in water, but water can dissolve salt. Let's talk about the effect of temperature of solvent on solubility. Temperature affects the solubility of a solution. Raising the temperature will increase the solubility of a solute in a solvent. Example, a hot water dissolves a medicine easily than cold water. Now, let's move on to the effect of manner of stirring on solubility. Stirring affects how quickly a solute dissolves in a solvent. In the absence of stirring, the concentration of solute will be highest close to the pieces of solute. So more solute won't dissolve into the solution until it is stirred. The solute will dissolve faster by diffusion. One important concept of solution is in defining how much solute is dissolved in a given amount of solvent. This is called concentration. If the solution has small amount of solute, it is described as a dilute, while concentrated describes solution that has a lot of solute in a given solvent. There is only a certain maximum amount of solute can be dissolved in a given solvent. This maximum amount is called solubility. I know that you have learned a lot from reading about solubility, so let us check your learnings about it. In what's more part, complete the following by choosing the correct word inside the parenthesis to complete the sentence and answers the questions using your science journal or notebook. Please refer to your module. Number 1. Solubility is increasing or decreasing as temperature is rising. Number 2. Solubility is increasing or decreasing as temperature is decreasing. Number 3. Which substance is more soluble, sugar or flour? Why? Number 4. What will be the most effective means of increasing the dissolving rate of sugar in water? And number 5, which solvent dissolves the sugar most quickly? Choices are water, alcohol, mineral oil. Explain your answer. You have 10 seconds to complete the activity. Alright, let us check your answers. The answers are number 1, increasing. Number 2, decreasing. Number 3, sugar. Number 4, use hot water. And number 5, water because it dissolves almost all solute and it is considered as the universal solvent. What have you learned so far? Let us check that by answering the what I have learned part. Directions. Write a short paragraph composes at least 10 sentences discussing factors affecting solubility. You may add illustrations to show how each factor affects the solubility. Do it in your science journal. You may accomplish this activity after listening to this episode. You may ask the help of your parents in answering this task. For the next part on what I can do, read the questions carefully, give the answer for the following, do it in your science journal and notebook. Number 1. What is the quickest way to dissolve milk in water? Can milk dissolve in all solvents? Explain your answer. Number 2. How are substances dissolved? You have 20 seconds to complete this activity. Are you done answering? Possible answers could be, for number 1, the quickest way to dissolve milk in water is when it is heated. The higher the temperature of the solvent, the more solute will be dissolved. For number 2, substances dissolves when the solute breaks up from a larger particles into much smaller particles by a solvent. This time, let us find out how much have you learned from our lesson. Directions. Read the following item and choose the letter of the correct answer. Do it in your science journal. Do this later after our discussion of lesson 4. Number 1. To make a solution, you need a blank. This is the substance that gets dissolved. A. Solvent. B. Solute. C. Matter. D. Suspension. Number 2. Which of the following describes solubility? A. The ability of liquid to change color. B. The ability of something to dissolve in a liquid. C. The time it takes for something to settle at the bottom of a liquid. D. The speed of pouring a liquid out of a container. Number 3. A greater amount of sugar will dissolve in warm water than in cold water. What is the factor affecting the solubility? A. Temperature of solvent. B. Amount of solute. C. Nature of solute. D. Manner of stirring. Number 4. Which of the following does not affect the solubility of solid solutes? A. Volume of solvent. B. Temperature. C. Stirring. D. Amount of mixture. Number 5. Solubility is blank as temperature increases. A. Increasing. B. Decreasing. C. Neutral. D. None of these. Number 6. Blank is one of the factors affect solubility and it depends on how fast or slow a mixture is stirred. A. Manner of stirring. B. Temperature. C. Nature of solute. D. Volume of solvent. Number 7. It tells about whether the solvent is in liquid, solid, or in gas form. A. Manner of stirring. B. Temperature. C. Nature of solute. D. Nature of solvent. Number 8. It tells whether the solute is soft or hard, powder, or a whole piece. A. Manner of stirring. B. Temperature. C. Nature of solute. D. Nature of solvent. Number 9. It tells how hot or cold are the solvents mixed in a mixture. A. Manner of stirring. B. Temperature. C. Nature of solute. D. Nature of solvent. And lastly, number 10. What is known as the universal solvent? A. Water. B. Acetone. C. Vinegar. D. Soy sauce. For the additional activities, please refer to your module. Directions: choose what solute can be dissolved in the given solvents. To complete the statements below, for number 1 to 5, choose your answers inside the box. For numbers 6 to 10, fill in the blanks to complete each statement. Do it in your science journal or notebook. Please refer to your module. We have the error table categorized into 2. The first column is for solvents. The second one is for solute. Under solvents, we have number 1, cold water. Number 2, alcohol. Number 3, hot water. Number 4, vinegar. And number 5, acetone. Please provide your answers under solute from the words inside the box, such as sugar, powdered juice, nail polish, salt, and ink. You have 10 seconds to complete the activity. Number 6. Acetone can dissolve blank, but not the blank. Number 7. Hot water can easily dissolve blank and blank. Number 8. Chocolate drink can easily be dissolved in blank water than in blank water. Number 9. A pinch of salt can be easily dissolved in blank than in oil. And lastly, number 10. Stirring blank makes the powdered juice dissolve easily in cold water. Now, it's time to move on to our lesson 4 about the solutions and its characteristics. Here, you are expected to describe the appearance and the uses of the solutions. Turn your module on the What I Know part. Let us test your knowledge about this topic. For numbers 1 to 5, choose the letter of the correct answer. Write your answers using your science journal or notebook. Number 1. What is a universal solvent? A. Water. B. Acetone. C. Vinegar. D. Soy sauce. Number 2. What is a solution? A. It is a homogeneous mixture in which particles are evenly distributed. B. It is a heterogeneous mixture in which particles are evenly distributed. C. It has a larger particle that is visible to the naked eyes. D. It has a particle that settles out when left undisturbed. Number 3. What is being dissolved in a solution? A. Solute. B. Solvent. C. Precipitate. D. Water. Number 4. The blank is the one doing the dissolving? A. Solute, B. Precipitate, C. Solvent, D. Water. Number 5. The amount of solute that can be dissolved by the solvent is defined as blank. A. Solubility, B. Unsaturated, C. Saturated, D. Supersaturated. For numbers 6 to 10, write true if the statement is correct and false if it is not. Number 6. Particles in a solution are not visible to the naked eyes. Number 7. A solution may exist in any phase. Number 8. Air is an example of gaseous solution. Number 9. A solution consists of a heterogeneous mixture. Number 10. A simple solution is basically two substances that are evenly mixed together. You have 10 seconds to complete this activity. Time is up. The answers are number 1A, number 2A, number 3A, number 4B, and number 5A. For number 6, the answer is true. Number 7, true. Number 8, true. Number 9, the answer is false. And lastly, number 10, the answer is true. Did you get a good score? Good job, kids! Now that you learned about solubility, let's discuss about solutions. Most of the household materials found at home like soda, vinegar, and wine are examples of solution. A solution might exist in liquid, solid, depending on the state of its solvent. Air is an example of gaseous solution, and its solvent is nitrogen gas. Steel is a solid solution. Its solvent is iron, and the solute is carbon. Vinegar is a solution that forms from acetic acid and water. These are a few examples of solutions we encounter every day. In our first activity, you will identify the solvent and the solute in the following mixtures. Answer it using a separate sheet of paper. Please refer to your module. Number 1. Cold iced tea. Number 2. Hot coffee. Number 3. Salt water. Number 4. Carbonated beverages. Number 5. Lemonade. Number 6. Wine. Number 7. Steel. Number 8. Detergent solution. Number 9. Orange juice. And number 10, vinegar. You have 20 seconds to complete this activity. Were you able to identify the solute and solvent in the given solutions? Here are the answers. Number 1. Cold water or water plus tea powder. Number 2. Water plus coffee. Number 3. Water plus salt. Number 4. Carbon dioxide plus water. Number 5. Water plus lemon juice. Number 6. Alcohol plus water. Number 7. Iron plus carbon. Number 8. Detergent plus water. Number 9. Water plus orange juice. And number 10. Acetic acid plus water. Do you have the same answers? Very good, kids! Let us now answer the What's New part of your module. Write examples of common materials that can be added in the given solvent to form a solution, and then answer the questions below. Do it on a separate sheet of paper. Please refer to your module. Here are the following guide questions. Number 1, what kind of mixture is it? Number 2, how many phases can you see when you mix the given solute to the solvent? You have 20 seconds to complete this activity. Alright, it's time to check your answers now. So, what are the possible solute that you can mix with water? It can be water plus powdered juice. It can also be water plus salt, water plus sugar, water plus baking soda, and also water plus calamansi. For number 2 question, the answer is solution or one phase. Did you answer the same? Good job, kids! Let us read the content of the What is it part of your module. A solution is a homogeneous mixture of one or more solutes dissolved in a solvent. There are many kinds of solutions. It exists in any phase. Note that the solute is a substance that dissolves in the solvent. For example, in a saline solution, salt is a solute dissolved in water as the solvent. Any two substances which can be evenly mixed may form a solution. Even if it is made of different phases, if the result exists on a single phase, it is a solution. The solution particles can be seen by our naked eye. It does not allow beams of light to scatter. And the solute from a solution cannot be separated by filtration or mechanically. The picture below shows the components of solution. Solute plus solvent equal to solute. I hope you learn more about solutions after reading that part. This time, let's answer the activity number 1 on the What's More part. Look at the words in the box, choose and combine 2 or more words to form a solution. Write your answer using your science journal or notebook. Here are the following words inside the box. We have water, gas, sugar, acetic acid, silver, salt, copper, mercury, carbon dioxide, and zinc. Activity number 2. How do you describe a solution? List down your answers on your notebook. You have 30 seconds to complete these activities. Alright, time is up! Let us check your answers for activity number 1. Number 1, water and sugar. Number 2, water and salt. Number 3, copper and zinc. Number 4, silver and mercury. And number 5, acetic acid and water. Here are the answers for activity 2. Number 1, a solution is a homogeneous mixture. Number 2, it exists in any phase. Number 3, The solution particles cannot be seen by our naked eye. Number 4, it does not allow beam of light to scatter. Number 5, and the solute from a solution cannot be separated by filtration or mechanically. Alright, did you have fun answering the activity? Were you able to combine the same words and describe the solutions correctly? That's good! For the what I have learned part, you can do this later and ask someone to help you create a sort of infomercial featuring a solution you created or designed. Say a few statements about it. Your teacher will surely be excited to see your infomercials. Now, let's move on to the what I can do part. Based on the illustration below, describe what a solution is. Please refer to your module. Number 1, how does solution appear? A mixture of blue lemonade powder and water. You have 10 seconds to complete this activity. Time is up! What is a solution? A solution is a homogeneous mixture of one or more solutes dissolved in a solvent. Congratulations for getting the correct answer. For the assessment, choose the letter of the correct answer. Do it in a separate sheet of paper. Please refer to your module. Number 1. What type of mixture is a solution? A. Heterogeneous. B. Homogeneous. C. Immiscible. D. Miscible. Number 2. Which of the following is not a characteristic of a solution? A. It is a uniform mixture. B. It will scatter a beam of light. C. It is stable over time. D. The solute and solvent cannot be distinguished by the naked eye. Number 3. What is a substance that is being dissolved in a solution? A. Solute. B. Mixture. C. Solvent. D. Concentrator. Number 4. What is a substance that dissolves the other substance in a solution? A. Solute. B. Mixture. C. Solvent. D. Concentrator. Number 5. In a saltwater solution, what substance is considered the solvent? A. Salt. B. Water is a solvent. C. Both are solvents. D. Neither substance. Number 6. What is not an example of a solution? A. Acetic acid and water. B. Sugar and water. C. Soil and water. D. Iron and carbon. Number 7. Which of the following is an example of a solid solution? A. Carbonated water. B. Steel. C. Oil and water. D. Toothpaste. Number 8. Which of the following is an example of a gas solution? A. Air. B. Oxygen. C. Carbon dioxide. D. Brass. Number 9. Which of the following will dissolve in water? A. Oil, B. Salt, C. Gasoline, D. Sand. And lastly, number 10, which of these will not form a solution? A. Preparing syrup, preparing a cup of coffee, C. Ice and water, D. Stirring of sugar in water. For the additional activities, do the following and list down your answer using your science journal or notebook. Number 1. Prepare a beverage using powdered juice and observe its appearance. Number 2. List down what you have served in the mixture. That ends our lesson for today. Make sure to answer your assessment. You can ask the help of your parents, older brothers and sisters, and other persons who can help you in accomplishing this module. I hope you had a great time listening to our lesson on air and have fun learning. Despite the hardships that we are facing today, we are still fortunate to have this kind of learning modality and continue our quest for quality education. Till next time, kids! Isa na naman kamabinungahon nga oras ang aton natapos sa pagtuon sa Science 6. Ini nga pagpalayag gindihon ni Ralph Aris L. Torres San Luisiana Elementary School, ang tingog sa sininga hilikuton. Aton man ginapangimbulahan ang tagsulat sininga leksyon nga Nanday Esther I. Posadas kag Charis C. Dormido nga naghalin sa B. Araneta Elementary School kag Dr. A.R. Sean Elementary School. Ini ginapangunahan man sang aton Education Program Supervisor 1 in Science, Dr. Maria Ana C. Ebon. Tubtub sa liwat, ini ang inyo tagapalayag sa kahanginan, Teacher Ralph, dire sa Radyo Eskwela sa Radyo Bago 101.7 FM. Ang radyo sang mga bagunhon. Aton ini!